All right, so to factor this, the first thing I have to ask myself,
What's my GCF?
what's your GCF?
Minus 4x.
What is it? Negative 4x, right? Negative 4 is divisible by both numbers. Both terms have x in them, so I have to factor the x out. So if I divide this by negative x and I divide this by negative 4x, I get x minus 6. Did you all get that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm done. This is factored form. Yes, it does not look like this. It does not look to you like this. But it actually does look to me like this. You know why? Because technically, don't write this if you don't want to. Technically, that x is added or subtracted with 0. Right? But we don't write that. Because x plus 0 means nothing. It means x. So why would I make it look more complicated? Right? So technically, this is the same thing as this. Now, does this look factored to you? Right? This looks exactly the same as this. Right? But in my case, it's not written as x plus 0. But I still have to think about it like that. So every time you get x multiplied by a bracket, you're going to think about it as x plus 0. Okay? Now, my zeros are the following. The easy one that you all got was this. So equal to 0, x equals 6, right? We all got that. Now, the one that all of you did not get is that this also, because this is the letter x, I still also have to set it equal to 0. Right? So I can do this, negative 4x equals 0. Okay? If you want, divide by negative 4. 0 by negative 4, what do you get? So your two zeros are?
So once there's an x on, so once there's an x on side the bracket, you always have to think there's a 0 there.
Yeah. So your zeros are?
0 and 6.
0 and 6. These are your two zeros. Okay? Your zeros are 0, which is located at the origin, and 6. Are we done? All right. I'm going to save this again. Who your homework? I can actually find something for you, but let's finish this lesson and then we'll move on, okay? Well, I'll give you more practice. I'll give you time to do as much practice as you want. I won't teach another lesson today. Okay. So, the question is asking you, so you have a graph, and the question is asking you, find the equation of the quadratic in factored form using the picture provided. So what form do you need to use? Factor, right? Because that's what the question is asking. These are the steps. Because it's asking you to put it in factored form, you have to start with the generalized formula, which is y equals a bracket x minus s, x minus r. Okay? Now, your next step, can I have your attention and then you guys will have time to copy this? Looking at this, what are your zeros?
1, 0,
So it's 1, 0, and negative, right? Good. So all what you have to do, you have to plug in these zeros in for R and for S.
That's not bad.
Okay? So let's see what it would look like. So y equals a x minus negative 3. So if I have minus negative 3, what do I get?
Plus.
That's right. So I'm going to write it like this. And then x minus 1, right? Okay? Because I have a minus here. So the minus will be, this is your minus. Right? And then for r, I plugged in the value of r, which is -3. For s, I plugged in the value of s, which is 1. Okay? So that would look like this, y equals a x plus 3, x minus 1. Does it make sense to you? If I want you to go back and think about it for a second, what would be your 0 for x plus 3? That's right, because if you have, I'm going to erase this, don't write this. If you have this, bring the 3 over, it becomes -3, right? And this is my 0, right? If I equal this to 0, bring the -1 over, it becomes 1, this is my second 0, okay? Good. So, half of my question is done, right? I put my zeros in, my equation will look like y equals ax plus 3, x minus 1. What else do I have to do? Why am I doing that? Huh? What else do I have to solve? Look at this. Y equals a x plus 3, x minus 1.
To get the value of a.
That's right. To find the value of a, I need to sub something in. Remember when we did the vertex form, we subbed in a value and then we solved for a? Same thing.
Find the value of x and y first.
We have to find a point on the
0 and 6.
right? There's a point on the graph that I've already indicated to you. It's already given, right? So it's 0 and 6. You can find any clear point other than your zeros. You cannot plug in your zeros. Okay? So any point on the graph that's clear, you can plug it in.
Want me to use 0 and 0?
0 and 0? It's not on your graph, right? Your graph is right here.
Okay,
0, 0 is right here. Okay? So let's plug in 0, 6. So the point is 0, 6. So I plug in 0 for x, 6 for y. And now I'm going to have to solve for a. Okay? Do the brackets. So that's 6 equals a 3 times -1. Multiply. 3 times -1 is -3a. What do I do, Stephanie?
Your time.
Yeah.
Your time to shine. Your time to shine.
I'm lost.
Where?
I'm just not following right now.
Okay,
I'm
stop
gonna go
me.
back home and rewatch this.
-3
This is the step that they're struggling at right now. Look at that.
Well, I was just stuck on
Minus
before when
3.
you put the minus in the bracket there and then.
Okay, so I need to go back. That's what it is. Wait and listen, please. So, x, my 0, my odd value is -3. So, why do I write it in bracket? Because it's nicer for the view.
And then on the next one, you still plugged it in as a negative.
It's x minus, I'm following the equation, right? And then s is just +1, so I just put 1. Okay? So that minus is coming from the equation. It's not coming from my point. That minus is coming from the equation, not from my point.
Alright, now step forward, Mr. She can answer that question there.
I'm not answering nothing yet.
Your time to shine. Your
Okay,
time to shine.
so are we okay with this so far?
Yeah.
Okay, then I kind of simplified because negative and negative makes a positive. So I have x plus 3
I got that.
times x minus 1. So we're good. Now for this part, I'm solving for a, so I found a point on the graph, plugged it in. Okay, so a point on the graph is 0, 6. Plug in, for x, I plug in 0, and for y, I plug in 6. Right. So 6 equals a bracket 0 plus 3, close bracket 0 minus 1. We're good?
Okay.
BEDMAS tells me I have to solve inside my brackets first. So 0 plus 3 is 3. 0 minus 1 is -1. What do I have between all these things? Right here, what do I have?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. So 3 times -1, -3 times a. Right? If you write it like this, or you write it like this, it's the same thing. Which one looks better mathematically? The second one. And that's why we write it that way. That's why I wrote 6 equals negative 3a. Now, to solve for a, what do I have to do?
That's funny. That was funny.
To solve for a, what do I have to do?
Divide, move it over, divide it.
Divided by?
Negative 3.
Yes. Okay? If you can think about it in a different way, right? You can think that I need to get rid of that negative 3, so I have to divide both sides by negative 3. Boom, they cancel. I have a left.
Okay, so we're confident now.
Yes. So 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. So my a value is negative 2. I'm done. All what I have to do right now is I have to put it all together in an equation. Okay? Because I can't just stop right here. So all what I have to do right now, go back here. Right? Go back here. And just place the value of a. So that would look like this. Y equals negative 2, x plus 3, x minus 1. Done.
Same thing like
That's-
earlier, miss.
Huh? Vertex form?
Earlier.
Yeah. Similar to the vertex form, but with the vertex form we use the different equation.
So you have to, you can just leave it at 6 or